Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Winnebago Minnie 2500RL. This is a great small little couples model. You have a slide-out dinette over here, big countertop, and dual feeder seats right in the back, making this a nice, comfortable RV for two people. We'll start off on the kitchen. You see the Dometic fridge freezer combo. We'll open that guy up. You can see there's plenty of space in there. As you would expect, this unit does run off both propane and electric and has automatic switchover. Right over to this side is your microwave, hood with a light and fan underneath that, and directly underneath is your recessed cooktop with a glass cover. Now, one of the things I really like about this floor plan is that you have this prep space, and although you can't really do much prep over here, it does give you an excellent spot for your coffee maker and everything else where it is out of the way and not taking up valuable prep space. Now, as we fold this up and back just like so, that will reveal your three burners there, the front one being high output. And as you can see, you have the oven underneath. Now, as moving back up to the top, you'll see the sink. So this does have your drying rack as well as the sink top cover, so kind of the best of both worlds. Cool thing about the sink top cover, if my gloves want to work here, is that this does double as a cutting board. I always recommend using the bottom, that way you don't have a bunch of knife marks in the top and keep it looking nice and pretty. But when I do move those off, you will see the undermount double stainless steel bowl. It's a double equal bowl there, high-rise faucet as well. Now, they're able to undermount that because of the style of countertop. This is what they call like a thermofoil or a seamless countertop. Much better than T-mold. It allows you to do things like undermount the sink, and you don't have to worry about, well, the T-mold popping off. Taking a look up top, you'll see storage all the way across, starting up here, and it's pretty good size storage there. But that goes all the way across the top of the back here too, so good usable storage up top. Moving down, you have the gray tile backsplash all the way across. I like that, you know, they did kind of like this whole wall rather than just do a little bit behind like your cook surface like a lot of manufacturers do. I personally like this look. It reminds me a lot more of what you would see in a home. You also see, as I mentioned, your electrical outlet and dual USB port there. Big cubby hole underneath. You know, I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% sure what to use these for. A lot of different manufacturers have a similar floor plan, and they all do this, and it's great because they give you the storage, but you know, you can put pots and pans there, but it's right next to the theater seating. I guess whatever you don't have room for elsewhere, you got the cubby hole. If we take a look underneath the sink, you'll see the three full extension ball bearing drawers there for your flatware, you know, some of your larger serving utensils. Plus, you have this spot, and you know, again, that's probably where I'd put most of my pots and pans. But if you want to stick a trash can under there, that's an excellent spot for it. We covered the top. You have windows on both sides here, rear picture windows, so you can see out the back. Right underneath that, of course, is the theater seating. A lot of manufacturers that make this floor plan just put a sofa here. I personally really like the theater seating. You know, this is probably where you're going to sit and relax. You can put your feet up. You have a straight shot to the TV, which is great. Some cup holders there, plus a spot for your remotes. And then over to this side is the dinette. So you'll see it is raised up just a tiny bit. No big deal there. Just step right on up in here. And as you can see, you have plenty of room for four people to comfortably sit. The dinette does drop down into a bed, although, you know, probably isn't going to work for most adults. It is pretty handy for kids. You will also see a USB port right up top, so if you need to plug in a cell phone while you're sitting here, you have the ability to do it. And then you have windows all the way around. Underneath, I'll open this up. You can see the easy access storage there, so just swing that door open. You'll have that on both sides. And as I mentioned, the TV is located right up front. Now, this is on a swing arm mount, so if you plan on sitting in the dinette and watching TV, by all means, you can do that too. If we take a look, you'll see storage up top, underneath another electrical outlet, plus you have your multimedia center. This is a DVD player. It's hooked up with an HDMI cable, so you can just pop your DVD in there. You're good to go. This controls the speakers in here as well as outside and is Bluetooth capable. Also, you'll see right over in this corner, you have wireless charging. So if your cell phone has wireless charging capability, you can drop it right down on top of there. Underneath, a little bit of storage. And over on the corner here, you will see your thermostat. Now, this will control your ducted AC as well as your ducted heating in the floor. One of the things I always talk about when it comes to Winnebago towables is the interior doors. And I know it's silly, but folks, I love the interior doors on Winnebago. It wouldn't seem like a super hard thing to get square, but for some reason, manufacturers always struggle to get doors that open and close effectively. That is not the case with Winnebago. You can see here, the doors just work very well. We'll head in there in just a second. That's the bathroom, but first, I do want to point out this extra storage area. So storage up top, control panels right here, including your tank monitoring panel, and then you have more storage there kind of in the corner underneath. Now, as to what you use that storage for, obviously that's completely up to you. Personally, I would use it as a linen closet just because it is directly across from the bathroom, but if you want to use it for pantry space, by all means, go for it. Foot flush lever toilet here. Because of the angle, you can see that I have plenty of leg room, great shoulder space as well. I don't have to worry about being crammed in here at all. Neo-angle style shower. They did go with the clear glass. A lot of manufacturers use like a textured glass. I don't know, I guess it's kind of a personal preference thing. As far as height, I'm 6 foot. You can see I'm pretty much maxing out the space here. There is a skylight with a little more space, but it does kind of trap you here in the corner. So if you're a tall person, you kind of have to stand here. Otherwise, if you're 6 foot or shorter, you get a little more room. The doors, regardless of whether they are textured or clear, they are nice, especially over a curtain, because that way when you're done showering, all the water goes right down into the shower pan, where a curtain sometimes can make a mess. Mirrored medicine cabinet up top, storage behind that. I like the fact that it's an actual cabinet, not just a plastic one. You have storage off to the side. You'll see the stainless steel bowl here, nice big bowl as well. So if you're washing your hands, you're not going to splatter water everywhere. And then underneath you have some storage as well as plumbing access, as you would expect, your electrical outlet and a switch for your lights. When we step into the master bedroom, you will see the 60 by 80 queen size bed right here in the center. Also, storage underneath. It is strut supported, very easy to access there. On both sides, you will see you have nightstands, and underneath those are electrical outlets. The one side has dual USB ports. Up above that is a wardrobe. You'll have that again on both sides of the bed, and additional storage going right across the top here. As far as TV hookup, you do have them on the ceiling. To be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure where to hook the TV up at. I will have to find out, but you do have the hookups right up there. You will also see windows on both sides, and you have 2 exits from the bedroom, one kind of leading right to the main entryway or out into the living area, the other one right here into the master bedroom. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2020 Winnebago Minnie 2500RL. Right up front is a power tongue jack, making it easier to connect and disconnect from your tow vehicle. You also have a light up there and a manual override in the rare event the motor fails. Behind that are 2 30-pound propane tanks with the larger 30-pound cover. And right behind that, you will see rails for your battery. You also see a little bit of diamond plating here, help you protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And the large 3/4 front cap, looking absolutely gorgeous. Coming around to the side is the pass-through covered hinge, so that your hinge won't be dropping a bunch of rust down your door. It's also slam latch, and it is a magnetic catch. When you take a look inside, you will see it is a pretty large pass-through. On the far side, you will see a battery disconnect so you can kill all power to the RV. And if you want solar, you will see this one is already pre-wired for it there. Plus, of course, you have an LED light in there as you would expect. If you take a look up top, one of the favorite things about this floor plan on the exterior is the awning. You have a huge power awning on here. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to go right back in, and an LED light strip. This one does have the kind of the grayish silverish color there on the exterior. Right behind that is Azdel. So rather than Luan, this one uses Azdel, which I really like. It's one of the newer changes in some of the Winnebago towable models. And with the Azdel, it's going to be lighter weight, which is always a good thing when you're talking about travel trailers. It also won't absorb water, so that way you have less chance for delamination, and it doesn't give all the off-gassing. So, it's a green material, so especially if you're sensitive to those smells, you don't have to worry about this camper, kind of choking you out in the middle of summer. If we take a look here, you will see the 3 foldable aluminum steps with the kind of the rubber grip tape on there, or the traction. So you have a little bit better traction when walking up and down the steps, especially if it's wet out. You also have the foldable grab handle for some added control. And again, those steps are aluminum, so they're not going to rust out on you. Underneath, this unit has a fully enclosed, insulated, and heated underbelly. You have heated holding tanks. So not only is that underbelly going to help keep out some of the road grime and hopefully some of the rodents in the off season, but it will also keep things nice and toasty in colder climates, cold temps like today. If you drop right down underneath here, I do want to show you the unit also has a propane quick connect up front. So if you want to hook up a grill or something, you got a spot in which you can do it. If you want to watch TV outside, they put a backer right here for you, and the appropriate connections are right over to the side, so you know exactly where to hook it up at and where to mount it. Couple speakers up top if you want to listen to some music. Those are connected to that multimedia center unit I showed you inside, but as I mentioned, that unit is Bluetooth capable. Fresh tank fill here, so nice and easy to access. You have the aluminum alloy wheels there, so they'll stay looking beautiful for years to come. And right in the back, you have additional storage. Same thing in the front, you have a covered hinge, slam latch, and magnetic catch. Coming around to the back side, square tubular bumper with end caps, which provides a convenient spot to store your sewer hose. You have the rear mounted ladder so you can get up on the fully walkable roof. And you'll also see your spare tire is mounted to that bumper, making it very easy to access. Right up top is backup camera prep, so if you want a backup camera, having the prep makes it easier to install, meaning it will save you money on labor. If we take a look at the off-door side right in front of the slide, you'll see both your satellite and cable inlets as well as your 30 amp detachable power cord inlet. If you drop down, you'll see a couple things here. Of course, your termination, and also if you take a look, tucked up right into that underbelly, you will see both the black and gray tank valves. And the reason they're way up there is because they are insulated, again, because this unit is built to handle some colder weather. Your outside shower is located here with both hot and cold water access. Your city water inlet is right underneath that, as is your black tank flush to quickly and easily wash out your black tank. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2020 Winnebago Minnie 2500RL. If you're interested in this couple's model and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.